Hey, loungers. I hope everybody's doing as great as I am this morning. Listen, guys, we are not going to be very long this morning. I do have a lot to do today. It's Monday, and I got a lot to get out of the way this today and this morning before we, get into all the festivities for tonight. Shout out to Triggs. He will be having a fire live show tonight in regards to the situation between Carrie and Briana. I definitely did want to give my thoughts on it. I did want it to rest for a couple of days before I gave my thoughts on it. But at this point, I do feel like I should because I like both of them, and I do feel like it's important for at least for Brianna on her end to understand where the sector stands, and how the sector really feels because it's clear that she's getting misinformation. Okay, and before that continues on and goes on, I do think that it's important that she, at least hears from us. We have our own platforms to talk about this stuff. And so, I'm definitely going to give my opinion on this. I also wanted to talk a little bit about Jdunn'S ridiculous ass idea that she's trying to sell to the beef sector and how silly that makes her look and how she's attempting to make them look. And we're going to talk about that this morning. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in. And we're about to get right into it, guys. Let's go ahead and get started. Hey, Divine Seven, I hope you're doing well today. Riz Lyricist, I appreciate you being in the building as well. And Ray Triggs, I appreciate you being in the building as well. Ray, if you'll drop your link in the chat, that way everybody can go over and subscribe and be at the show tonight because it's going to be pretty interesting. And I'm really excited to hear what your opinion was of the back and forth between Carrie and Brianna. And I know that you have a way of breaking things down and, putting that information out there. And so we're pretty excited about that show tonight. But I did want to quickly give my opinion in regards to this stuff because there's been just a lot of chatter in the past couple of days in regards to the Umar boys and the Umar girls and all this other bullshit, right? And, I really, really want to give my opinion about that because I just thought it was just crazy. Okay, now shout out to YouTube Camera. She had a great show yesterday. There was a few things that happened on the show that is pretty significant to our sector. But one of the things that happened was the fact that Jdunn's has been running around the beef sector telling them that we're all in our sector trying to come up with some conspiracy together to infiltrate, quote unquote, the beef sector and, do this takeover. And, we're out here, rallying up the troops to gather people's money. And we're getting all these cash apps to do it. And we're getting all these payments and all this stuff. Girl, show us where the fuck that's happening. Okay, like, how about that? Fuck that list. Fuck all that bullshit because you don't even know to speak easy. And you don't know none of us, especially most of the people on that list you've never heard of, you've never seen, right? But you have all this shit to say, okay? Now, I don't know if this is coming from, Jdunn'S, whole fallout with Code and with Shakim and, her whole problem with them. If she only knew that 90% of our sector don't like either one of them either, okay? And we don't fuck with them, and they're not they're not the representative of our sector, then, she would realize that she just definitely put her own foot in her mouth, okay? The bottom line is this. We support each other in our sector, just like y'all support each other in y'all sector, okay? If you happen to get other people from outside sectors that come in and support you, that is a bonus, right? But ultimately speaking, y'all have your own family, okay? We do too, okay? We fuck with each other. We support one another. We send each other super chats, cash apps. We send each other support because we fuck with each other, okay? There is no conspiracy to do anything about another sector and all this other shit. Have we talked about going and, supporting other sectors? Yes, we've talked about that. But that doesn't mean we're taking over and we're trying to. I don't even see how we would have the power to come into somebody else's house and take over their house. Like, you sound dumb, okay? At the end of the day, maybe that's the shit you allow to happen to you. You allow motherfuckers to just run in and take over your shit and do shit to you. Like, we ain't built like that, okay? That's not the shit we do. We don't let motherfuckers come and just take over and just do shit. And we would therefore not do that in anyone else's home. That's number one. Number two, how stupid do you think the beef sector is, Jdunn? Like, do you really think that they're slow? Do you think that they need your assistance with guiding them for where they are allowed to go and where they're not, because they're so slow and they're so dumb that they don't know what's going on? You understand? You don't think that the people that come over to our sector and support our content creators come in and become members or come in and send a super chat, you don't think that they're smart enough to see what's happening? You don't think that they're aware of who we are and what's going on with us? Do you really think that? Do you really think that they are so dumb, right, that they need another dummy to assist them with where they're allowed to go and who they're allowed to talk to and what they're allowed to see on YouTube? If you got a problem with any of the content creators over here, you're entitled to that, Jdunn, okay? And trust me, baby, none of us are going to give a fuck, okay? We don't care whether you choose to tune in, whether you choose to send super chats, whether you choose to send support. We don't give a shit about any of that shit, okay? Guess why? Because we're not beef sector, okay? We are the sector. We care about the sector, okay? Do some of us go over and support beef sector content creators? Absolutely. There's many of them over there that I actually like, okay? There's many of them that I will continue to fuck with, whether you like it or fucking not, Jdunn, okay? But the bottom line is, I don't have the capacity or the power to overtake anybody else's sector or overtake anybody else's pockets. Anybody that is supporting me in this sector, or anybody that has sent me a super chat or sent me some type of support, whether it's through membership or something from that sector, is because they wanted to. I did not strong arm any single person into becoming a member, strong arm any single person into sending me anything. So Jdunn, I'm gonna need you to fall the fuck back off the YouTube, off of the sector, acting like you the private eye out here and you coming up and you finding all this information. That whole stupid, ridiculous story idea that you came up with just goes to show that you need to go see a fucking therapist, okay? You need to get the fuck out the house. You need something to do with your time and with your fucking life if you think that a group of people that don't barely know y'all are all sitting around and conspiring to somehow take over the sector like we're some Russian spies. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You obviously don't have a life if you think that's what motherfuckers are sitting around doing, okay? Obviously, you need to go do something with yourself. You need to go to the motherfucking spa. You need to go get your toes done, your hair, your nails. You need to go do something with your life, okay? Like, it's clear that at this point, you are spending way too much time on YouTube, okay? Now, I could see a person like you hanging out with the AFWs because they do stupid shit like that. They come up with stupid ass ideas, right? And they try to spread their ideas. like as if what they're saying is fucking fact. I could see you getting in bed with them over Brianna. And that's going to lead me into what I'm going to talk about regarding her and regarding Carrie. I could see a bitch like you, though, hanging with these stupid motherfuckers and going on dummy missions for these motherfuckers because you're a dummy. And that's clear. Okay. And I said what the fuck I said. And ain't a motherfucking thing you going to do about it, bitch. Okay. And that's just that. But either way, okay, ho, you might want to go back and get your life together. Go look in the mirror, right? And figure out why you're in your brain coming up with these crazy thoughts and ideas all day. Okay. You might want to do that. Okay. Now, welcome to Pre. Because, yeah, I'm the bitch that'll tell you about yourself. And I don't give a fuck what fucking sector you from, bitch. Now, let's move on to the situation with Brianna and with Carrie. And, I'm going to have to say this. I love Brianna. I really do. I actually like her. But I do think Carrie won that battle. Okay. And it's not because she really technically out-roasted you. And I had this conversation with Carrie. It's not technically because she out-roasted you. It's because of how emotional you got. And it's also because of the angle that you took. Okay. Me being a person that really did go through a battle with her. Okay. Actually, that was like a clash of the Titans where we actually did go back and forth with each other. Right. One of the things I tried was the whole photon thing. I've tried some other things too, but it remained a roast. Right. Both of us were roasting each other. Neither one of us got emotional, right? That I know about anyway, right? But we were successfully able to roast one another. And that was one of the most successful and historical battles in the fucking sector was me and her, okay? However, me and her are good now. We cool. We talk to each other probably almost every day. And, at the end of the day, I know her as a person. I know that she doesn't get emotional, generally speaking, when she's, going into a roast battle. That's the last thing that she does. Carrie loves to argue too, okay? She don't have a problem with that. See, me, I don't like to argue, right? I don't want to go back and forth and argue with you because that's just going to piss me off and that's just going to make me punch you in the face. And the fact that I can't punch you in the face because we on the internet doesn't make sense for me to argue. So I try not to argue as much as I can. But Carrie, on the other hand, child, she will argue you down, okay? And she don't give a fuck how you feel about that, okay? And she's proud to say, yeah, I like to argue. I don't care. Yeah, I'll go back and forth. I don't care, okay? That's what she does, okay? That's just how she is. And so she came in with poise. She came in, thinking clearly. And all she had to do was present the facts, right? You were saying stuff like she's ugly and she's not ugly. So all she has to do is cam up, right? She was just letting you know stuff, like, hey, I'm not emotional. You're emotional, right? And I'm not understanding. So that is where I'm coming from with the whole win situation, right? But when it comes down to it, I also think that you got misinformed, okay? You have been dealing with a certain group of people, these AFWs, who I think Jdunn's should, they should roll out the red carpet for that fat bitch. I think they should put her the fuck over there, right? But okay? I think that what's going to end up happening is they're going to pull your whole stock down, okay? They're going to bring down your whole value, okay? And I'm not saying that, because let's be clear. People have their core audience members, right? They've got people that are always going to fuck with them regardless of what's going on. They're always going to have people that's going to deal with them regardless of what's happening or whatever. They're going to be with you through thick and through thin. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the way it should be, right? But at the end of the day, I would hate to introduce an entire group of doxers, right, to my audience, knowing that that's not shit that I do. I know for a fact that you really handle your business when it comes to your channel, right? You really, really take care of business. These motherfuckers have no good intentions for you at all. They've never had any good intentions for anyone, and they are going to continue to do that, okay? They're going to continue to feed you misinformation. They're going to continue to, push their way into your space so that they can come into this space that a lot of us have just tried to watch. We're not trying to infiltrate. We're not trying to take over. We're not trying to do any of that. We just watch y'all and enjoy the content, right? They want to do more than that. They want to literally infiltrate your space, and they want to lie amongst all, they want to lie roast amongst, amongst y'all with all this bullshit and try to spew all their hatred and energy onto y'all, and then eventually pick up new blood that they can start doxing and start mistreating and start disrespecting. I promise you, I'm telling you, if you continue in your relation, you can do what you want because you're grown, right? But if you continue in your relationship with these people, this is what's going to happen, okay? They never have any good intentions for anyone. And if I were you, I would do my research on them, because there is a plethora of information out here regarding the AFWs. I have stuff on my channel. LV has stuff on his channel. There's multiple people. Speakeasy has stuff. There's multiple people that if you go back in our history, you will see the kind of people that you're getting in bed with, okay? Now, again, that's not a shot at you. That's not to disrespect you, because like I said, I actually like you, Bree. I really do, right? But I need you to do your research on our sector, because if you knew, like I said, that's just one part of what I want to say. If you really knew the history of these people, you would run for the fucking hills with them, because they don't represent anything that you represent. And that's just that. Now, as far as the sector is concerned, and how I understand that there was a thought that, our sector is gathering up and rallying together to fight you and to fight against you, on behalf of Carrie Ann. I want you to know I'm one of the only people in the sector that gets along with Carrie, okay? I talk to her all the time. There's, a lot of people in the sector, they don't get along with her like that. So if they're going with her winning this battle, it's because that's really what they think. It's not because we as a sector are coming together and we are trying to, find a way to fight against you. I really think that is the complete and total opposite thing of what's going on. And I would hope that none of those AFWs tried to feed you that information, or Shakim tried to feed you that information, because it's not true, okay? There are people in our sector that really like you, and there's, including myself, right? But, the facts are the facts, and what we saw is what we saw, and this is how we came to that conclusion. But none of these people are trying to, battle and rattle up together and rally up together to fight on behalf of Carrie. So that's something I wanted you to really understand, right? I don't know where that came from. I don't even know how you got that idea. I'm assuming you got that idea from certain people, but I don't really know, right? All I know is that's not the case. We don't have no problem with you still coming around. We still fuck with you. We want you to come around and support. I'm still going to be around to support you, right? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. This is what happened, okay? None of us in our sector are exempt from, being talked about, right? We all, as long as we're content creators, as long as we're in the chat, as long as we're being seen, we might get talked about, right? With amongst one another, even amongst other sectors, okay? The same thing can happen with y'all. When y'all are content creators, you put yourself out on the front stage to be discussed, right? And people are not always going to have a favorable opinion about you. People have had very unfavorable opinions about me. Hell, I've had people lying on me, putting lies out, talking about I'm a prostitute, I'm a whore, I'm sucking dicks in dungeons. All kinds of shit has been told about me, okay? But at the end of the day, I am a content creator. I put myself on the stake and on the line to be discussed, right? It might be, not so favorable to me, but that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. That doesn't mean these people are against me. That doesn't mean that they hate me. And that doesn't mean I now have to go on a hate train against them, right? All I need to do is just fall back and allow the internet to do what it do, but still, walk accordingly, because it ain't that fucking deep at the end of the day, right? When you shut this off, when, you go back to your regular life, when you go back to normalcy, you don't really, or you shouldn't be paying attention to this anyway, right? You should be moving on and going on to new things. So at the end of the day, and in the long scheme of things, it doesn't really matter what people think about you. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't really matter what people's opinions are. But people are, opinions, everybody has one. It's like assholes, right? Everybody has an opinion and they're entitled to that opinion, but their opinion is not the end of the world. And it's not, so bad that, they're just disrespecting you per se because they're giving an unfavorable opinion about you. And that's just that. Now, we as women and we can tell the difference when somebody is trying to be disrespectful as opposed to just giving an actual honest opinion about things, right? I know I can tell the difference. I'm pretty sure you can as well. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I haven't heard anybody in our sector so far give an unfavorable opinion that's disrespectful. They just gave an unfavorable opinion based off of what they saw and based off of, what they witnessed. Okay. But again, I've heard these same people who have given these opinions, they don't get along with Carrie like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that they hate her or they really trying to come for her or nothing like that. They just don't agree with a lot of her talking points, right? They don't agree with a lot of things that she does. And that's just that. Okay. And yeah, I just wanted to make that very clear. I wanted for it to be understood, what's really going on with our sector because, y'all don't really know us. And, you're taking your time to get to know us as we are with y'all, right? Some of us have known other content creators over there a little bit longer than the ones that we've recently been hanging out with. But at the same time, we're getting to know each other. And, we're all adults at the end of the day. So, we can go and support whoever we want. We can watch whoever we want, and, we can give commentary on it, right? And sometimes, again, that commentary might not be something that, we necessarily agree on, right? But the life moves on. Time goes on. You know what I'm saying? We don't continue and we're not supposed to continue to fight over a situation. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go over y'all comments real quick, and then we're going to end the show. But let me drink a little bit of my water. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and go over the comments real quick. And I appreciate everybody for being in the building. Let's go ahead and go up to the comments here. Okay. So I talked to Ray and Triggs. I talked to Ray and Triggs. I talked to Ray. I talked to Divine. I talked to Risley. Okay, what's up, Slanda? Definitely appreciate you being in the building. You said, don't let them know our secret plan, Pre. Child. I was listening to y'all, and I seen y'all in the chats, too, yesterday, and some of y'all were like, shit, let them think that shit, right? And I was agreeing in a sense because I was like, we're not beef sector. We're not trying to be a part of the beef sector like, like Shakim and Binary is trying to be, right? We're not trying to be part of the beef sector. We got our own sector. You know what I'm saying? Now, if y'all want to come and support us and come over and, and listen to our commentary and, hang out with us and stuff, that's cool. But most of us are not making beef sector content at all. Like 99% of us ain't making no beef sector content at all. This is probably the most I've ever talked about the beef sector. And that's because y'all are kind of the content right now, right? Jdunn's has been speaking on our sector. So that's why I spoke on her. Carrie and Bri's situation is something that a person from our sector. So, that's why I wanted to talk about that. But yeah, child, let them think that, right? At the end of the day, it doesn't really hurt, but it's just so ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Like, and I feel like really insulted if I was them and Jdunn's was trying to tell us this story. Like, I would feel very insulted by that if I was beef sector because, what are you trying to say? Are you saying we slow? Are you saying we stupid? Like, we need help and guidance and we're so dumb because we keep giving all our money to somebody who's hurting us and scamming us and all this other stuff. You don't think these people know how to pick up what a scam is? You think these people don't know how to say no? They don't know how to turn shit off. They won't send. You just think people just randomly sending money all over? Like, this is just nuts, man. Really fucking nuts. Really fucking nuts. You said, hey, Steph Collins, appreciate you being in the building. He said, acting like we are a Viking horde, right? Like this is the Clash of the Titans, like we on the Game of Thrones or some shit. Like, the fuck she talking about? Hey, Miss Murphy, I appreciate you being in the building. You said, did you say J Dumb? But yeah, J Dummy. Like that shit was so stupid. And like I said what the fuck I said. Welcome to my world, homie. And that's just what it is. What's up, Brixton? Appreciate you being in the building. D. Darrell, the Godfather, definitely appreciate you being in the building as well. And you said hey to the Godfather. You saying hey to Divine. You said everybody from other sectors are texting me this beat. Yeah, because this shit is crazy, man. This shit is. Oh, you talking about the shit with Carrie and Bree? Yeah, that's some shit. That's some shit. You said Jdunn's definitely was part of the tinfoil Kufi crew who believed that CV-19 was transmitted via 5G transmitters. She had to be, right? She was one of them people sitting in the house staring at herself, trying to figure some shit out. Like that's I can see how she came up with this shit, just sitting in the house in the dark with a bowl full of ice cream, trying to figure this dumb shit out. Like this is what you came up with, girl. I'm gonna need you to go see a therapist so fast, child. Well, we need to get her some help. I know she live in Virginia or some shit. I don't know where the fuck the bitch live at, but we need to go find her some therapy down there, okay? As quick as possible, because I don't know what's going on with this bitch, okay? But child, just saying. You said damn TV. You said TV already. You said hey General, speak easy. What's up, Brianna? I appreciate you being in the building. I hope you were able to hear my commentary on that. You said hey Brixton. You said D7 don't start. You said, I don't really care about people saying that I lost an argument. I was more pissed at Ness than Miss Things. Okay. All right. And y'all have your own, background and history for why, you would feel some type of way. I can't speak on that because I don't really understand y'all's background, right? But, you know why you felt some type of way. But I definitely did think that, that's what happened there. Hey, Eyes. What's happening, girl? I appreciate you being in the building, child. Listen. I've been catching your replays because I haven't known that you were live. I'm gonna tell you why. When the whole thing was going on, when you and Duke Farrow was doing content together, he would spend like hours and hours and hours on your channel, literally not doing anything but like sleeping or I don't know what else he was doing. But child, it was everything but giving us commentary and giving us content that would make sense to us. So I never unsubscribed, but I did take the bell off, right? Because I just didn't want to hear from him. But now that I see that you done dropped that fool and now you over here doing your thing again, girl, the pre will be over there, okay? I'll definitely be over there watching, but I don't know when you actually go live sometimes. Because me and you, we kind of sporadic with our lives, right? We don't really plan them like that. But definitely appreciate you being in the building, sis. You said, Triggs, I don't know what was happening. I was watching Bree. And she said she was waiting on you, but it's clear now. You said Carrie and I had an epic argument debate. You said that's my opinion of what I think. Okay. You said all Brianna had to do was collect one more Dragon Ball. You know what? You said nope. Just 2 weeks ago, AAS was slating Brianna. She saw an opportunity via remix, and now she's changed her tune. LOL. Yeah, because what'll end up happening is remix will go over there. And Remix will have to shed them. Okay, he can't take them with him. Because like I said, they stand for shit that Bree don't stand for. Bree ain't doing all that doxing and all that extra shit. She not calling people jobs and doing all this extra stuff. That's stuff that's really against what she generally does. So them being over there isn't going to work. You know what I'm saying? So if Remix want to be over there, I know he think he's in charge, but he gonna have to get in line. And that's just what it is, because not only is Bree not going to deal with it, but her audience ain't going to deal with it, and that's just that. You said D. Darrell forget about sponsoring Shaquem. Speaking I would be your protection from Gates if the price is right. I'm real handy with a slingshot. You know what? See, they gonna have to go through me because I'm the head. Security over there. Okay. I'm the head of security over there. Okay. I'm right on top of this. As soon as Gates comes swooping down, I'm swooping right in on that motherfucker. Okay. That's just what it is. He said, I'm not in bed with anyone. Okay. And, I hope not, because again, like I said, these would be the people that you really don't want to fuck with. Okay. Those AFWs, that anti, that Rev G, I can't tell you not to deal with Remix because Remix, I'll say this about him. he's kind of like a free agent, right? He do all this dumb shit and all this stupid rogue shit. But he definitely does shit for them. Okay. And but I think that he's the type that would switch up on them if the opportunity was right. Okay. So let's be real. I definitely think he would switch up on them if he had the right opportunity and the right people. And I think he feels like you're one of those people. So I'm interested in seeing how that goes, whether or not, he goes and starts switching up on them, stops fucking with them like that, not doing the things that they want him to do, and that kind of stuff, not speaking the talking points that they want him to speak, because it's not going to make sense in the beef sector to do that. I'm interested in seeing how that relationship goes and whether or not, he fine tunes his relationship with you in order to remain in that relationship with you, because you're going to command that respect. You and your audience members are going to command it, and you're not going to tolerate that shit from him. So I'm interested in seeing how that goes. You said when you pay attention to the longevity of people in a group relationships, you will know how it's going to end. But if you think you're special and it won't happen to you, you'll find out. That's a fucking fact, child. I'm trying to tell you. And, I want to say this too. A few of us, after seeing, some of the stuff and some of the antics that Shakim was pulling, especially Shakim, some of the stuff Binary was doing, we were very vocal on that in the chat. Some of us were on the panel telling y'all about it. So, you can't say you weren't warned about this shit, right? We made y'all very aware of who y'all were dealing with and the kind of shit that y'all were in for. And a lot of us got cold shoulders over it. We were told, that we are the stalkers, that we're wrong, that, we don't know what we're talking about. We're just picking on them and all kinds of shit. And so we all just kind of said, okay, we're going to collectively sit back. We're going to enjoy the show and we're going to watch this shit crash and burn, because that's what the fuck these niggas do. Okay. Wherever they go, whatever they touch, it's like the Midas touch, but the opposite, right? Like whatever they touch, it ends up crumbling. Okay. That's just kind of what happens, because that's just kind of what they're built off of in the sectors, right? Or in YouTube. That's just kind of what they do. So we definitely warned y'all about them. And that's unfortunate that, our warnings were not heeded. Our warnings were, just brushed to the side as if, what we had to say was unimportant. But now you're starting to see the manifestation of these things. Look, everywhere I go, every time I turn around on somebody's panel and Shakim is on that panel, he is cussing one of these women the fuck out, right? For no fucking reason either. If they just say anything to him, it's bitch and hoe and sluts and talking under their clothes and talk like who. I had never seen a man who argues so much and all he argues about is sexual deviancy, right? And all the things that he'll do to you, how he'll pee in your mouth, and he'll like stuff that normal people don't think about, right? But these are the kinds of quote unquote roasts that this nigga comes up with. But we let y'all know how much of a deviant he was. We told y'all that he's a deviant, right? We let y'all know. Some people really did not ignore that. They actually paid attention to it. But then there were other people that were making excuses for it, okay? And now you're wondering why this man is sitting around so comfortably in your home with his feet up on your table, okay, stinking up the place with his shoes off, okay, going in your refrigerator, drinking all the milk from the fucking carton and shit, and y'all wondering why he doing this shit and calling y'all a bunch of bitches and hoes and sluts in y'all motherfucking house, okay? That is the reason, because y'all opened the door for him to be able to do that when you were told what was going on with him. And shout out to the ones that really did take heed to that. But, it is what it is. He says, speak easy. Who am I in bed with? So let me explain that to you, Bree, because it might sound like we're attacking you with that. But what it looks like is with you fucking with, see, we know the history of these people. We know the history of Remix because he started with us, right? We know the history of Anti. We know the history of Rev G. We know the history of Stargate, right? We know the history of these people. We have watched these people for almost 5 years. Some of us have been around 6, 7, or 8 years, right? We have watched them do the things that they have done to multiple people. and move calculatedly at times in order to get those things done. There's certain people that anti will attempt to get in bed with just so they can go on missions for her. Okay. And you don't even realize that you're doing the mission. Okay. Like what you did the other day was actually a mission. You had no idea though. Okay. And that's the unfortunate part about it, because we knew, we could see it. We know, we see the play, right? We can see the play a mile away because we've seen this happen before. Right. But what they were trying to do was bring this into another sector, hand you some information that was spliced and diced together. Because keep in mind, when you were showing that video, you had no idea that those pictures that you were flashing back and forth were not just Carrie Ann. There was another person in there. I'm not going to say who it was, but there was another person that was in there whose pictures you were showing, thinking you were showing Carrie Ann's picture, and you were showing that person's picture, and that person is a supporter of yours. As a matter of fact, you mentioned them in your video of how much they support you and how much you support them. So our sector can see these plays. We can see the spliced and diced videos that are being given to you or that you're using without realizing that these are not honest individuals. Okay? Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, my bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. So anyway, that's why we would think that, okay, because we can see the plays that are being made. We can see the information that's kind of being egged on to be talked about, and we can see that this information is misinformation, okay? And we know, what camp this misinformation came from. So in our minds, that's why it looks like that, right? You may not be in bed with them, but they think that they got you in the bag, okay? And just be aware of that. We haven't steered you wrong yet. We haven't told you a single lie about any of these people yet. So, I would definitely take heed and take caution to that, and understanding the type of people that you're dealing with. Because trust me, they're not built like you. They're not. But that's why it looks like you're in bed with them, because of the plays that's being made on their side. That's why. And it would be anybody, even if it wasn't you, if it was me, right? If it was any content creator that was, using their talking points, it would look like that to our sector. It definitely would. What's up? I'm Nevaeh. You said glad you're doing regular content again, Miss T. Pre. That's what's up. That's what's up. Speakeasy facts. You said speak that part. You said make a change. You said speak that part. You said Bree, perception is everything. It is. It really is, because our perception of it is why it appears that way. And like I said, you may not be, but that's how it looks, because these are the people that you're dealing with. And I would be very careful and very cautious about them. You said, good morning, Ms. T. Pre and Chats. What's up, Gemini 75? I appreciate you being in the building. You said, what's up, T. Pre, Chat and Mods? What's up, Happy Life? Definitely appreciate you being in the building. You said, I haven't heard any of y'all say anything bad about Bree. Yeah, we're not talking bad about you, so I'm not really sure why you think our sector is teaming up against you, because we're really not. You said, Riz Lyricist, you said, what's up? You said, my unfavorable opinion is that she take frequent showers. You know what? You said, Brizzly, you said, Happy Life, what it do, man? You said, there are rumors that Carrie don't take baths. Okay, so here's the deal. And I actually tried to push that little rumor myself, but that's not what she actually said, y'all. She doesn't take a bath. Like, she doesn't sit in the tub on Sunday. That doesn't mean she doesn't wash her ass and she don't shower on a Sunday. It just means she doesn't take a bath 7 days a week, okay? Her reasoning for that at the time, and it's funny because when I was trying to joke that same shit, there was a couple of people in the sector that was like, no, she was really trying to say, that, because our skin holds so many oils or something along those lines, that she doesn't try to sit and soak in the tub every single day of the week, okay? but that doesn't mean she doesn't shower and she doesn't wash her ass on Sunday. Okay, that's just a rumor that, while even I was fighting with her, I was also pushing that fucking shit. But no, she didn't say that. She said that she doesn't sit in the tub and take a bath on Sunday. Okay, but every other day she's like soaking in the tub and doing all this other shit. So that's kind of what that was. Okay, but yeah, so that's the rumor, and that's what's really true. You said here go Pre with the witter. Witter. Let me get my witter, okay? You said I would find it exhausting cussing someone out every time I went online. Child, okay. Mm-hmm. And having to dock somebody and all this other shit and having to talk shit and make up shit about people. I ain't got time for that type of shit. What's up, Hood Conservative? Appreciate you being in the building. You said I'm already cussing my colleagues via Zoom most days, okay? Nobody got time to be coming online doing this shit all day and all night. You said Jdunn's is too damn slow. She caused chaos on every panel. And that's crazy. I mean, they got to deal with her. We ain't got to fuck with her, right? We not beef sector. We not part of the Jdunn's crew. None of that shit. I mean, I ain't saying that I didn't like her at one point, right? But that shit she tried yesterday, that shit was just irritating. And, I was already starting to get irritated with her anyway, just because every time she hits a panel, she always feel like she got to take over that shit. And she just yelling and hollering and carrying on. And you can barely hear what anybody else is saying and all this other shit. Child, listen, I don't give a fuck about the bitch. But at the end of the day, don't be speaking on my sector. You don't know what the fuck you talking about, ho. Like, period. I said what the fuck I said. You said, I'm Nevaeh. You said, good morning, Hood Conservative, the sector. Salute. You said, wow, what's up, Mikey? Appreciate you being in the building. You said, laughing my ass off. Yes. You said, speak easy. You talking to me. You said, the beef sector problem is they be trying to young boy us when it ain't no young boys over here. Exactly. And I think that they don't understand that, we're not trying to be part of y'all sector. We're just literally some of us, and that's some of us, right? There's a lot of us that ain't even watching y'all. But there's some of us that just watch y'all for the entertainment, right? If you notice, we might speak one time, or if we speak at all, and then we're just watching the rest of the show. We're not contributing nothing to the show. We're not talking about nothing. We're not adding anything. Most of us are not. There's a couple of us that will get on a couple of panels, like Ness's panel, and stuff like that. But most of us, the majority of the time, we're not even involved in any of the conversation. So, I'm not sure where this whole takeover is supposed to be coming from. But you said, hey, Redbone, I appreciate you being in the building, sis. You said, speak. You said, where at, Bree? You said, my buddy Brianna be everywhere. You said, and I love an argument via email breaks up my day. You said, come back home, eyes, come back home. You said, make a change. You said, Gates throwing his sister at the Godfather is nasty work. That was some nasty motherfucking work, child. And listen, let me address Gates real quick because, I don't know what it is about this nigga, okay? But I'm going to tell y'all what I did. I ain't even going to hold y'all what I did, okay? So I have been subscribed to him until the other day when he finally, after 48 whole hours after getting cussed the fuck out by me, he finally came up with not a video, where he can a live stream where he can drop the link and I can hit the link, right? But he came up with an upload. And in the upload, I don't even know what he said because I didn't listen to it. What I did was as soon as I seen that upload come up, I went over to his channel. I clicked off that video. I unsubscribed from that motherfucker, okay? Because it's clear, sir, you don't want to talk to me, okay? Because when I have something to say, I'm going to say that shit and you will be able to respond to me. You understand what I'm trying to say? This is why I hit a panel and cussed you out. And I cussed you out like that. Right? Yes, I was a little tipsy. I ain't gonna hold you. But I fucking cussed you out like that because I'm sick of you talking about me every fucking chance you can get. This shit been going on for over a year now. Every single time I turn around, G Gates bitch motherfucking ass got my motherfucking name in his motherfucking mouth. I don't give a fuck if you talking about anybody else, but you talking about me. And I haven't dragged you yet. I have sent you a couple of warning shots. I have let you know, don't do it. Don't try me. But you keep wanting to fucking poke the motherfucking bear. So now you got mauled to death, okay? It is what it is. Leave me the fuck alone, okay? I think at this point you understand that, but you wanted to make this upload and talk about childhood trauma and all this other shit. Bitch, your childhood trauma is why you are putting your sister in harm's way, okay? That is childhood trauma at its finest. Childhood trauma is not a motherfucker cussing you the fuck out because you're a bitch, okay? That is not coming from childhood trauma. That's coming from you being a bitch ass nigga, okay? And I wanted to be the one to let you fucking know. I'm sick of you disrespecting me, and what you're gonna get is knocked the fuck out every fucking time if you feel as though you want to come and get out of body with me. And that's just that, okay? I'm sick of your shit, and now I'm lashing the fuck out, okay? But either way, I didn't really want to hear what you had to say because clearly you didn't want to say it to me, okay? You wanted to say it to an audience, so I just unsubscribed, and now you're entitled to say whatever the fuck you want. But it's clear I motherfucking won that motherfucking fight because you didn't want to fucking fight me at the fucking time, okay? Anything you had to say to me, you could have said to me on that motherfucking panel, bitch. But you wanted to wait for 2 fucking days? Bitch, you better get the fuck out my face somewhere. I don't know what the fuck you think this is, okay? But homeboy, yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with trauma. It's 100% because you're a dickhead and because you ain't shit and you're a bitch ass nigga. That's why you got dragged by the pre. Now, we're going to go ahead and move on from you, okay? And that's just that. You said, damn, Riz lyricist. Hey, Lady Snoop TV, appreciate you being in the building. You said, hey, even been on the phone. You said he even been on the phone. I don't know what you mean. You said happy life. You said Shakim, did he will do P in Jdunn'S mouth image, him going to Vegas. You said imagine him going to Vegas. You said make a change. You said Bree was summoning me. Oh, was she? You said facts, T Pre. What's up, Too Big? Appreciate you being in the building. Hey, I'm No Joke. Appreciate you being in the building. You said, hey, T Pre and everyone. Yep, pretty much. Okay. O-N-K. You said, I had a question, but never mind. My question counter in here. I don't want to put bro to work. LOL. I'm just saying. No, go ahead and ask the question real quick. Happy life. You said the separation from the Umar sector and the sector is crazy. Yeah, child. It definitely is. Thank you for being a member for 14 months, Redbone. You said hit that like button. Miss Thangs, I appreciate you being in the building, sis. You said Fats T Pre. You said OMG, Miss Thangs, Lord have mercy. You said happy life, LOL. You said LOL. You said, hey Triggs, you knew I was coming. You said I can let y'all know that she tastes like water. You said that's why I'm done on these panels. It's a constant attack. Yeah, child. You know, and you got to be ready to come for, you know, a nigga if you're going to hit the panel. But at the end of the day, I ain't got to hit y'all panels. Like, I enjoy watching, you know, the content and just, you know, watching the shows, especially when y'all not talking about Shakim and the Umar boys. Like, that shit is so old and played out at this point, and none of us give a shit about them. We glad that y'all taking them. Like, we really want y'all to know. We are very happy that y'all are taking them and, you know, over there, okay? Like, y'all can have them motherfuckers, child. You said, agreed, make a change. I miss Eyes. Yeah, I'm glad she's back. You said, Lady Snoop TV, do your thing. I won't count past 3 today. I already lost 10 on the last bet, child. He said, Triggs, always bet on black, child, okay? You said, love Bree. She just went against a heavy hitter. Yeah, Carrie's a heavy hitter around here. Like, it is what it is. You said they're judging the whole sector by Shakim's actions. Yeah, I think that's nuts, right? You know, and like I said, it ain't everybody, but, you know, it's a few of y'all that's over there, you know, that's, you know, on these conspiracy trains, you know, and somehow we all, you know, act like binary. We all act like CE, and we all act like Shakim. Like, okay, y'all welcome to believe whatever y'all want, for real. But it makes y'all look stupid. Like, it does. That whole idea makes y'all look dumb. Just saying. You said, Riz. You said, I ignored it too. You said, hey, Robbie, appreciate you being in the building. You said, please hit the like button and share it out. Thank you, sis. Appreciate that. You said, Lady Snoop, it was really odd what was being said for CE for allowing a woman to be disrespected. Then the disrespect you received and nothing was said. I had to bounce. Yeah, child, that's kind of crazy. I did see that the other day, how, you know, it was supposed to be all this outrage, you know what I'm saying? But then once Lady Snoop got disrespected, it was when Shakim was disrespecting her and talking all crazy, talking up under people's clothes and shit, it wasn't, that same outrage wasn't there. Like, I'm like, child, okay, y'all done let that nigga get very, very comfortable in y'all space, and that's a damn shame. You said, and this is why you're the godmother. Oh, you said, damn, cook free. Okay, okay, you know I gotta cook sometimes. What's up, LV, the show man? Definitely appreciate you being in the building. Redbone, I appreciate the $20 super chat. You said, let's go, Pre. And you said, thanks, Redbone. Hey, Ness, I appreciate you being in the building this morning. You said, hey, Miss T Pre Boo. And you said, yeah, I'm a sector girl, not a Umar girl, respectfully. Okay, we sector girls. That's what we are. Sector women, really. You said, Miss Stangs. You said, Factory. Hey, Jessica Michelle, definitely appreciate you being in the building. You said, hello, T Pre, new subby. Thank you. Definitely appreciate you for subscribing to the show. And make sure y'all do hit that notification bell. That way you guys know when I go live, because I don't usually plan my lives. I just be like, you know, if something happens and I got time to talk about it, I'm going to put that shit on and talk about it. Now, sometimes I do plan them, but they're usually not planned. I usually come up and talk, you know, off the rip. You said, Riz, you said, happy life. You said, hey to Ness. You said, Miss Thangs, you have been the talk around the beef sector. Child, definitely has. You said, Jessica, don't make a black girl blush. Oh, what's up, P? Definitely appreciate you being in the building. You said, Miss Thangs. You said, Ness, the lady who never checks her Instagram. You said, it's a popularity contest. That is all. End of bulletin. Fake outrage and nasty work, child. You said, OMG, Riz, I will check it. Boo, my bad. Okay, y'all. Now, listen, I'm out of here. I just wanted to give my opinions and my commentary on this. But, yeah, that's how I feel about it. I really feel like Jdunn's needs to have several motherfucking seats. Okay, bitch? Okay? I said what I said. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. If you want to get to know us, you're welcome to come over and watch. It is fucking free to watch, right? But you also don't have to bring your ass over here, okay? But you going and talking that shit to the beef sector and telling them that, you trying to make them sound like they slow and dumb and they don't know no fucking better, okay? No, the only slow one that I see so far is you, bitch, okay? Like I said, you need to have several motherfucking seats while you speaking on my sector, and that's just that. As far as Bree and Carrie, y'all know how I feel about that. But yeah, Bree, I just caution you against the AFWs. You have no idea what you're dealing with when it comes to them. But yeah, I hope that you definitely will get that understanding of that before you go forward with them, because obviously we care, right? And we want to tell you about it. We're going to warn you about it. But you've been warned at this point. So, you know, it is what it is. You said we don't listen to her. Child, I don't think y'all do, right? And that's the crazy part about it. I can see why you be cussing her ass the fuck out, child, now. Because that shit yesterday, that shit was so childish and so stupid. And I was just looking at, there was a couple of people that were just going with this whole idea. And I'm like, they got to be just as dumb as her. Like, for real. I'm sorry. They got to be just as stupid as her ass. But, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah, appreciate you letting us know that, Ness. And you said, Ness, Carrie, whatever you, LMAO. You said, please don't bring Jdunn's over here. Yeah, child, please keep her ass over there, because we don't want her. We don't want her. That's just that. Yeah, you keep Shakim, Jdunn's, all of that shit. We don't want none of them. He said, I can't, child. He said, Ness and Carrie, whatever, yo. He said, she's a reject from our sector. Okay, well, she a reject over here now, too. Okay, so Jdunn's, you've been rejected from our sector, too. Okay, the godmother has spoken, and that's what the fuck it is. He said, no one likes her. People just tolerate her for views. Okay. Well, she ain't tolerated over here at all. That's just that. Don't block her, y'all, because we're going to roast this fuck out this bitch every time her stupid ass fall down in the clouds. But, you know, at the end of the day, yeah, she a reject over here now, too. Okay, you've been rejected, okay? And that's what it is. Denied, bitch, okay? And that's just what it is. All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate y'all being in the building. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. You said J Deer is their Al Lanier. Yeah, definitely. We got a guy named Al Lanier over here, y'all. We don't fuck with that nigga at all. We all successfully packed that nigga up and put his ass smooth up out the sector. And that's just what it is, okay? So that's what we're going to do with Jdunn's. Whatever fucking shitty-ass draws and shit she left around here, y'all pick that shit up and pack that bitch up and get that bitch the fuck up out of here. And that's what the fuck we doing. He said Jdunn's is like the Stargate of the beef sector and vice versa. Right. He says she can't be roasted because she's delusional. Okay. Just say, all right, y'all. I'm out of here because I'm going to keep reading y'all comments. I appreciate y'all being in the building. Y'all hit the like button on the way out. And guys, we out of here. Appreciate y'all. Peace, guys. Thank y'all again for watching.